50 or to the max? Keyshawn, I will start with you. The San Francisco 49ers, right now, their Super Bowl odds are at 2,500. What's your level of concern here for the Niners?
Right now, it's 50. I look at the quarterback play in Trey Lance in Chicago in the monsoon. It wasn't great, but I got to discount it because of the weather. So let me see what it looks like over the next couple of weeks when we're not in this type of situation where we're looking at the rain and he's trying to, in his first game, trying to understand how to play in the NFL.
I would agree. I'm at a 50 because of the quarterback situation and that defense right now. And I got to tell you, after watching the Seahawks play, I thought these first two games were kind of a must-get for Trey Lance versus the Bears and then the Seahawks. I'm not sure they're going to beat the Seahawks at home. I'm not.
I would be to the max in terms of level of concern. But they have Jimmy Garoppolo on the roster. So, like, if it was just Trey Lance and some backup, I would say, no, they ain't winning no Super Bowl. Not in his first year as a starter. But they got Garoppolo. I got to go 50 also. Like that, they have a pretty damn good insurance policy.
All right, the next team here, looking at level of concern to the max, Key, the Cincinnati Bengals. Their Super Bowl odds are at 2,400. What's your level of concern here for the defending AFC champions, Key?
It's 0. I have 0 concern based on week 1. Look, they got off to a slow start. Pittsburgh played pretty good football. Their defense was lights out. Look, whenever you have 5 turnovers and you Joe Burrow, you put your team behind the 8 ball. I don't foresee that happening throughout the season. Now, they're going to be in contention. There's no question about it. I don't think they'll go win the Super Bowl, but they're certainly contenders in the AFC.
I'm at 0, but it's trending towards 50. And it's trending towards 50 because we talked a lot about last year Joe Burrow being sacked a ton, okay? And you make additions to your O-line to protect him, and he was still being sacked a ton versus the Steelers in game 1. So, granted, they need more reps, but that O-line, I'm watching it very carefully.
I'm at 50 because of that exact reason, Jay. Joe Burrow got a little Russell Wilson in him. Like, he wants to make something happen sometimes a little too much. Like, Russ is part of the reason he took so many sacks. It wasn't just the O-line. Joe Burrow, too, he is part of the reason he gets sacked because he's a winner. He's trying to win. But bad offensive line and that mentality with your quarterback, he missed most of his first season. He will not last long like this, so my concern level is at a 50.
All right, let's head to New England and the Patriots. Yeah. Looking at Mac Jones and his injury, but right now the Super Bowl odds for the New England Patriots at plus 6,000. Keyshawn, level of concern for the Pats. What you got?
Supermax. I mean, we added that one because New England right now, they're just not a good football team. Mac Jones in the lineup, out the lineup. They're not good, and I understand they went to Miami, Belichick and the Miami Dolphins. They don't see eye to eye, and they haven't seen eye to eye in a very long time. But yet and still, this offense doesn't give me what I'm looking for, which is putting points on the board. I think the defense will get better. I'm just concerned about the offense, and I don't think that they're serious contenders in the AFC.
I'll go 50. I'm not at a super max. I mean, look, I anybody who doubts Bill Belichick, good luck with that. And I feel like they always lose to the Dolphins. I mean, that's always a hiccup for them. So, yeah, the offense, I think they don't have enough wide receivers to have enough talent around to help Mac Jones out, make his life easier. But I do have trust and faith in Bill Belichick will find ways to get it done when it's all said and done.
I'm to the max. Look, you know how many, coaches and people I've talked to through the years who I always thought it was sour grapes? Man, yeah, Belichick's a great coach, but he's like the rest of us good coaches. But he's got Tom Brady, and I'm like, oh, shut. I'm always thinking, I would even tell some of them, like, get out of here. Stop it, man. The guy's the... No, they were right. You take Tom Brady away. He is an excellent coach, Bill Belichick, but he's like a lot of other excellent coaches, and without Tom Brady, that is being exposed. I'm to the max.
I see you, Max, trying to continue to push that narrative.
He's always working some kind of angle.
Tell me why I'm wrong. He's better than everyone else. Without Tom Brady, he looks like everyone else who's good.
He won 3 Super Bowls when Tom Brady had on diapers.
Yeah, no, but Brady was still good then. It was still Tom Brady.
Brady was a guy.
He was no, he was better than that, Key.
No, he wasn't.
Look, he was back then. He was 25 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, however many yards toward the top of the league.
Guy.
No, come on.
Can I ask you guys a question? Is this going to happen every time Max talks about the Pats, Key?
Yes.
Every time you guys are going to quibble like little girls.
Yes,
that's what
that is what we're going to do, Jay.
That's right.
We're going to quibble like little girls.
That's right. That's what my mother used to tell my brothers and I when we would fight. She'd say, now, girls, you're both pretty. and it would actually get us to stop fighting a lot of the time. All right.
All right, we're playing To the Max here on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. What's your level of concern for these Super Bowl contenders? The next team on the list, Keyshawn, the Las Vegas Raiders. Right now, their Super Bowl odds are at plus 3,500. What say you? Level
Derek
of concern?
Carr, take it away, Key.
Jay.
Yes.
Okay.
We're doing radio. People can't see you.
One time. Look, it's to the max. I think when you look at the division, you look at where Kansas City is, you look at the Chargers, it's going to be tough in the AFC. You still got the Ravens. You still got Cincinnati, the Steelers. You know, Indianapolis is going to hover around. Who knows what's going to happen with Tennessee? I just don't see them right now based on the way that Derek Carr played against the Chargers with the turnovers and things of that nature. Unless they clean things up, it's to the max.
Yeah, I'll say it's to the max just because I think expectations are very high. First-year coach Josh McDaniels and this team getting Devontae Adams. We had conversations last year about, Derek Carr and where his place is as it relates to a top QB. And now that you have the weapons, there's no excuses. So to the max.
I'm at a 50. Maybe it's because my expectations weren't as high for the Raiders as some others, but I think the Raiders could win the Super Bowl. I don't think they're one of the teams to me that could do it. Some things have to come together for them in the secondary on the O-line. But that can happen, especially the O-line, as the season goes on. It's not unprecedented. Sometimes those guys play better together as a group. So, I think they got enough. They could possibly do it. I got to give them a 50.
All right, Keyshawn, what's your level of concern for the Arizona Cardinals? Right now, their Super Bowl odds are listed at plus 5,000. What say you?
You want to answer this for me, Jay? To the max.
You told me to be quiet.
To the max. Well, I just figured you would chime in. It's the Cardinals. To the max. To the max.
Is that one of his teams, Key?
No. He seems to think that I have this hate for Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, and I'm never going to pick them, and
No,
all
I get that,
sort
but I'm
of
asking:
stuff.
Is that one of Jay? Jay has a bunch of teams. Is that one of them?
No, it's not one of them. He likes Kyler Murray because he thinks I don't like Kyler Murray. So he wants to get on the other side of it.
There was a golden opportunity for him to take a shot at you, and he didn't take it, Jay.
I'm proud of him.
He
That
didn't
was it.
take it. That was good. That's growth. That's emotional maturity right there. To the max, man. They ain't got
No D-Hop.
D-Hop, and it's a different situation. And then they fade anyway throughout the season, and plus they're going to get a slow start this year. So to the max.
All right, moving on here. The Tennessee Titans currently listed Super Bowl odds at plus 5,000. Key, what's your level of concern for the Titans after losing to my New York Giants?
I would say it's the max too. I just think that this team, their window is closed as far as I'm concerned. They had an opportunity over the last couple of years. They squandered that opportunity with the number one seed a year ago. They wind up giving way to Cincinnati. Now, all of a sudden, there's question marks about the quarterback. Who are the receivers? Are the receivers showing up? And are they going to do their job? Where's Derrick Henry in this whole equation? Is the defense going to start to play better? So I'm extremely concerned moving down the line and where they will end up at. It is highly unlikely that they'll be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm 50. 50. It's one game, as we always said after week one. They had a chance to beat the Giants. I think the Giants are a good team. I don't know if the Giants are like that. That's a game that Tennessee should have won at home. So I'll go 50. I'm towards the verge of saying super max. So
I'll say 50 also. You know why? Tannehill, after the Giants got the extra point, Tannehill, the 2-point conversion, Tannehill dropped a dime down the field. Like, the reason they had a chance to win is because the pressure was on and Tannehill came through. Got to see him do it in the playoffs, but he has ability. I can't. I'm with you though, Jay. Trending toward the max, but at this moment, 50.
All right, a couple more teams here on To the Max on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Good, because we have a very special guest in
Very
studio
special.
waiting to get in on
Very
this.
special. Very special guest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
you know what? He wants to jump in right now.
He's eager to talk. He's
I don't
yelling
know.
at
Is
us,
he
a lot
lit?
of
Is
hand
he ready?
signals.
Yeah.
Is he all set
Is
for
he lit?
TV?
It's like, are you serious, bro? I'm sitting in front of a microphone. Come on.
Don't
Yeah,
yell
there
at us.
there
It's
we
not
go.
There you go.
Shannon's very upset. He was getting screen time, and you just bumped him off, Jeff.
Oh.
You better send him a bottle of wine or
Shannon-
something.
Hey, well, let me ask you, Jeff Saturday, our
Yeah.
ESPN NFL analyst. The next team on our list, To the Max, the Denver Broncos. So what's your level of concern for the Denver Broncos? Their Super Bowl odds are listed at plus 2,200. Is it 0, 50, or to the max? Jeff, level of concern for the Denver Broncos.
I'm going to say 0. Listen, if you saw once Russell Wilson started hitting his wide receivers, those are some massive physical human beings. They're going to make plays with the ball in their hand. I got no concern long term. I don't know what the odds 22, whatever that is, compared to everybody else. But I'm saying when you look at them they will get better with Russell Wilson and this football team. They laid an egg a bit. You can't get inside the 5-yard line 3 times and score 3 points. You can't fumble it twice. Everybody's going to talk about the kick, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, they should have won that game easily.
Put a dollar on them, you win $22. That's what that means.
Oh, I might jump in. Listen, I will say this about the Tennessee Titans that y'all went to. Don't ever underestimate Mike Vrabel. He is one of the best coaches. One of the best coaches in the NFL, he will win with people that you don't think he can win with. He's a fantastic football coach.
So is that 0-2 or are you 50 there?
I'm a Colts fan, so I'm going to give it 50 just to get people in Tennessee upset. But not really. I'm not really that concerned because he's a heck of a ball coach.
Yeah, as far as the Denver Broncos go, I'm to the max on it.
Nope.
And I understand exactly what Jeff is trying to say. But look, this is a rookie head coach, rookie coordinators. Look, they got inside the red zone, and they came away with 3 points for a reason because the Seattle Seahawks defense tightened up.
No.
If you go back and you look at that defense from a year ago, they were a bend-don't-break style the second half of the season when they took the football, particularly out of Russell Wilson's hands, and decided we're going to try and run the ball as much as we can and lock down on defense. I just don't see where Denver Broncos are quite there given the rest of that division. You still got the Raiders who are trying to figure it out, but you got the Chiefs and the Chargers that have figured it out, and we'll see them tomorrow night, obviously, on Amazon Prime, and it'll be an interesting game, and that'll tell us a lot about the division as well.
Jeff, I'm with you. I'm with you on, no concern, really. I mean, that's the first thing I said. I said that the Denver Broncos lost.